do that to me though, did he, Ben? That day, he were like, "You come and talk. I will make sure nobody harms you in any way. Anybody says a wrong word about you, you're my friend. I will block them." I felt completely safe that that I was going to be able to share Paul's true story.
It were an ambush.
It were an absolute setup. It were absolute setup. But with Paul, what Paul did was, he were about 25, 26, he were working somewhere. There were a young lass who was 17, he fell in love with her, they worked together, and he fell in love with her, and then they stayed together for 13 years and had a baby. That is not paedophilia. It's not hebephilia.
What's hebephilia?
Not grooming. It's falling in love with somebody who's way too young for you, too young for you, but having a loving relationship that has gotten, and she's not a vulnerable person. I could tell you about her, Ben, but I won't tell you about her online.
No.
She's not a vulnerable person. She's probably way more mature than Paul is, way more mature. Paul is absolutely, he's very young for his age. Do you know what I mean? He's very, and Paul's been abused. And he stayed very young and he's emotionally. But I know that she is, with her career and everything that she does, she's extremely
I don't think Paul's anything that they say.
Person.
I don't believe that Paul's any of the things that he gets accused of. I think he's weird.
It's just a dancing.
But on that, when I say he's weird, when you think about it, and now I've said that, this might come across wrong. But how do we know he's not got any like autism or anything like that, which it's not weird, but how do you know he's not?
Thank you.
I say I'm not bald because I've got hair, but clearly am. There's a lot of traits.
Something. He's definitely got something where he's he don't think he's got ADHD and stuff like that, but he does. But we all do. We all present as having certain traits of ADHD and autism.
So Joe Strain says he don't help himself. He 100% don't help himself, but then he plays up to the camera like every fucker else does that creates him a platform.
I've never seen this guy. I know who you're talking about, but how does he antagonise people?
Because he acts very childish and he acts like he fucking is in love with. Like he'll happily talk to younger people and interact with them because he's just like, why can't I can talk to everyone? I'm not, and all he does. Let's be honest, all Paul does is this: green, green grass, blue, blue sky.
That is all he does. That's very good impression.
And he dances. That's it, really.
But I tell you what,
what's the issue with him then?
You what? Sorry.
Because he's been
17-year-old. They called him a peddler, and he's been labelled with that now, and he can't escape it. So people absolutely attack him. They actually, literally, wrote. I contacted the hotel myself, because somebody said he were outside this school. Paul were absolutely devastated. He were like, I don't know if I can even cope with this next allegation, Joe. I said, go on, what's happened now? So I went on FYP, we're all over, he's outside the school taking photographs. Now, I'm not being funny, Ben. If you go out with Paul, I swear to God, I'll take you out with him one day if you want to.
No, thanks.
And, but just to show you, what happens is he gets completely mobbed by everyone.
Oh, I know he does.
Dog. He's got no reason whatsoever in this whole world to ever take a picture of anybody else. The guy, he gets mobbed by people taking photographs of him every second of every minute that you're with him. And he's as nice as pie, Lisa. He's like, hi, hello. Yes, of course you can. I'd be like, back off. I'm having a sausage sandwich here, cock. Do you know what I mean? I'd be like,
no, he does. He does have pictures with everyone if they ask. But in my eyes, that's no different than these young girls and young people meeting their idol like Justin Bieber, and they're like, they take off it. Does that make Justin Bieber?
Are they young girls then he's having photos taken with?
No, he hasn't with anyone. Lisa, it's grown men. Grown men. Like, Paul, can I have a picture with you?
Sat opposite us, there must have been about, I'd say they were 18 to 35. They all sat across us having a meal, and they were all sneakily videoing us. And Paul were going, just ignore it, Joe. And I were going, listen, if I'm on that FYP and people are saying that we're doing something dodgy or something, Paul, it's not okay. Do not say anything to people. And he were like, no, this is my life. And he deals with it by being sarcastic because that's the way he's learnt to cope by, you know, so he'll say things like, oh, well, that's dirty or whatever. And he knows it triggers people, but he kind of, it's his coping strategy because he's got thousands, and I mean thousands of people all every single day hounding him, calling him a peddler when he had a perfectly healthy relationship with that woman. Do you know what I mean? I mean, God, I nearly said her name then.
It's literally just because of that, and then because words stick, and this is why it shouldn't be thrown about like
it should be thrown about.
It shouldn't
But-
be.
but then
labelling
it plays
me
up
that,
to
though,
it.
Ben. Me, I've just won award in country for second. I've got the second like sort of like bronze award or whatever for the person who helps children in our country the most.
The Paul Breach Award.
I've just got that a prestigious award in country. In fact, radio station want to post it, and I'm like, oh God, I don't know if you can post that. People might think I've made it up or whatever. And
Honestly,
you know,
no, I won't rise to it. Honestly, Joe, I won't even fucking leave them to it. Because all they do, the more you talk about it, the more they'll retaliate because they feel they have to defend themselves. Then you feel you have to defend yourself, and it never stops. The easiest way to stop nonsense, and when I had nonsense with certain people, the only way it stopped was when I just went.
is that a
I'm
pun
done
of
with-
words there, nonsense? Yeah, is that a pun,
Yeah.
pun of words.
You know, I
Not
just-
nonsense.
But
Yeah.
honestly, I just stopped talking about it. I just stopped talking about the situations that they're putting me in, raising money for Luke and that, and going, "Oh, you've done it." Yeah, and then I once played up to it and went, "Yeah, I bought myself a new. I'm buying myself a new carpet." It's never gone. It's been around for 2 years, that, and this is what I
Yeah.
mean. Certain things they use it and stick it against you. Well, crack on. I don't give a flying
The
fuck.
thing, what you were trying to get me with was what about the school thing, and I contacted both them schools and said, "Can I ask you, how on earth would you?" I know for a fact because I'd spoken to the hotel, and the hotel manager said to me, "Yes, we're fully happy to help you." She said, "I can guarantee that he didn't leave the hotel." She said, "I was with him." I've got the email, Ben. I'm happy to send it you. But
I don't need to see it, John. So I don't.
It's and she were absolutely lovely. But Paul is that nice, right? Is that nice in this respect that he did not want that hotel exposing because he didn't want the hotel to get mobbed and have bad reviews. And he said, "I'm not publishing the email, Joe, because they will ruin that hotel." And he coped with the bullying to defend the hotel so the hotel wouldn't get the bad publicity. And I thought, wow, he could have absolutely posted that email and said, "I was in that hotel all day." But instead of posting it, he literally has just verbalised it. to
Exactly.
save that
It's
hotel.
pointless. It's all pointless, John, honestly. I won't fucking let any of it worry
Yeah.
you. I won't rise to a fucking single thing. Do your police things that you have to do to get yourself, make yourself feel safe. But other than that, I won't defend Paul one more time on live because if you defend him one more time, you'll defend him another million.
Well,
never
it's
go.
pointless.
It is pointless because no one believes you. No one will believe you.
believes
No
me.
one believes me. I've said it in lives before. Paul Breach, he's not anything they say. He doesn't help himself. I will 100% say that. He plays up. But he only plays up the same way I play when I go, yeah, well, I'm raising for another carpet now or a new car. And
Yeah.
it's the same way that all the drama people, they all play up when they're like, oh, yeah, we're on the effort gift. Yeah, we know you are. But they play up to it in the end. And that's
Yeah,
all
we'll
Paul
have
does.
all the money, darlings, and all this and that. It's just playing up.
I've seen him. They all love him. They all truly use his name, and this is what all the big creators do. When they're dropping off, they find the next thing to come to, and this is what I actually was talking about this the other day. Weren't I, Lisa, to your friend, and I said he was wrong to get involved because I don't think they'll ever find anything with this one person being Paul Breach. I don't think they will. I don't think they'll find out with Jack
there's
either.
nothing on
Sobriety
him.
Jack.
I have been with police. He's got nothing whatsoever. I contacted the police about that school thing and said, this is absolutely appalling. I said that the police, had contacted the school, but what had happened was somebody had contacted the police and told them that would happen and told them that was his name. And the police actually said to me, I said, well, how on earth has GDPR and data protection been breached? And pardon the pun, I said, and somebody has mentioned his name. I said, because it wasn't him. How on earth are you able to do that? And the police officer's response to me was, it was probably just a rookie police officer. It's probably a new starter who didn't, it said,
Kathy,
it happens.
I don't set my life to 18 plus. Doesn't mean I'm anything bad.
Yeah, and the thing is, you can set it to 18 plus, but it doesn't actually do anything. It doesn't stop. You can set up any account you want with any age you want. And the truth of the matter is, nobody knows who is or isn't a child, because just because someone's got a child profile picture, that could be their child. That could be them as a youngster. That could be someone they loved and lost. It could be anyone. It doesn't mean they're a child because they've got a childlike picture. It doesn't. So setting it to 18 doesn't make no difference. You set it to 18 doesn't mean you can talk about sex and everything else. It's just a lot of shit.
But his content is targeting younger people.
How is it? It's just dancing. It's just dancing.
Yeah, he just dances and he just, it's just sarcastic. And sometimes, I think he winds people up because he knows that sarcasm's
He's not putting them in danger. I don't understand how he's putting anyone in danger. He don't put no one in danger.
He don't do out.
What, by a dance? Shit, better stop dancing then.
It's very dangerous, that dancing. Everybody was kung fu fighting.
You can't at all. No, you can't.
The thing is, right, he's weird, right? He is weird. And he plays up to it, and it doesn't help him in any way, shape, or form. But if that's his coping mechanism, is to laugh and go, yeah, that's right, yeah, that's exactly what I am. He's no different than me or anyone else because you do it, Lisa. Yeah, of course I'm a man beater. And I say, yeah, of course I'm going to raise money for my own carpets. We're no different. It's just that he's got a bigger audience and he's got a lot more haters because they love using his name. And if someone comes at me with 100% evidence that he's then that's it. But
I would never speak to Paul again.
How does he know who else is
in my life.
Stream?
If somebody's given me any evidence,
I think parents stop.
Kathy, how do you know that there's not a single person that gifts anybody on that weekly rankings? How do we know he's opening them to receive messages from the wrong one? Kathy, I don't think you've got your own mind, love, if I'm honest.
He makes them even change. Is that paranoid now? I said, what's with saying to people, you've got to be 18, change your picture? I said, that's it, and he said, I like to make sure that when I'm even talking to anybody that they're over 18. He said, because
his content is not for younger people.
How? Kathy, explain.
How can you not see it? Because I don't think like a nonce. That's why. Because you clearly are thinking that way because you think that it's nonsense. He dances.
Explain, Kathy.
He dances on his content.
He's very childlike. What? How does that make him wrong?
Okay, so people that are very childlike then are all wrong, right? So people with medical, I don't know what you'd say, a medical imbalance that makes you younger in your mind than you are in your body. That means that everybody that's got some sort of illness or disability that keeps them younger in the mind, my nephews are younger in the mind than they are in the body. They've got the minds of like 8-year-olds to 16. Does that mean my nephews are nonces?
When you've been abused, sometimes your mind will not. It
can't get past.
It can't get past certain stuff. So, and he has been.
Videos you can see.
That
he's dancing, Kathy.
He's a victim himself.
Explain him doing a dance move is what you're saying.
Yeah, but he is a victim of peddlers harming him. So he's absolutely against it. It absolutely destroyed his life. It destroyed his confidence. It destroyed who he is.
However, on what Kathy's saying, his videos are aimed for a younger audience. Okay. What about people? Hang on, Joanne. What about people like Justin Bieber when they're singing and they're older and their audience is the younger generation? Is that wrong? If a new boy band comes through now and they're all glitz and glam like JLS once was, are JLS pedos because they dance and they have a younger audience that go and pay hundreds of pounds to go see them in concert?
Yeah, I'm good, guy.
5, 6, 7, 8-year-olds going, Mummy.
Little Mix. They must be. Mix. Definitely. Because they cater for young people. Spice Girls used to dress well inappropriate for their audience. Yeah.
So are all of them lot the exact same as Paul Breeks then?
What about a video you posted about be kind? Everyone is healing from something. This is the problem, isn't it? People judge from
that they start
and they walk in on.
So,
Is this
Kathy,
about
what
me?
you're saying? No, Kathy, what you're saying then? No, it was about Kathy. So what you're saying then, Kathy? If you're a superstar, you can act like a paedophile. You can be a so I take it that you're fine with what Epstein and the lot of them lot did, yeah, because they're superstars, yeah. That's fine because they're superstars, yeah. Because they're superstars, they can do it.
I'm being kind. I'm trying to look after kids, but you're not Kathy. You're making stuff up about somebody where there is no proof whatsoever that anything wrong has happened. So it's you that causes problems. So you're not being kind at all. You're actually a vigilante bully.
It's inciting hatred towards somebody that you know nothing about. I have seen his police check. The guy is squeaky.
Okay, what? So I have seen proof of the underage mods that he has, and the underage people are gifting him this app.
Where's your proof of their age? Where is your proof of their age?
It's on their profiles.
No, you can have videos of your children.
That's not true, Kathy.
18. You're not allowed to gift.
Let me come back on one of my accounts.
Exactly that, Kathy. You're not allowed to gift until you're over 18.
Exactly.
So don't you think that is TikTok to verify them properly?
No, of course it isn't. If you're putting a stream out, you have a duty of care to the people who are gifting you. If you know that there is a minor.
But
I'm
Kathy,
sorry.
Listen.
You have mods.
Listen.
No, I'm sorry. You have mods, and if your mods are not doing their job properly and checking the people that are gifting you, I'm sorry. If you know that children are gifting you, that's wrong.
Right, hang on, Kathy.
Have you ever heard Paul say, "Send me a gift"? Kathy, have you ever heard in the history of Paul being on TikTok him saying, "Send me a gift"? He has never.
I don't care whether he's asking for gifts or not. He knows he's been told
you just want to assume that this.
No,
you're assuming
that is wrong. You are not. He's not protecting the children.
No, Kathy, you're wrong, Kathy, because
I'm
he asks
sorry.
for everybody to be 18, and you
You've got
know
to
that.
listen to other people's opinions like they've just listened to yours.
I'm listening to your opinion, but he is not looking after the children. I'm sorry.
Kathy,
I have seen proof. Look at
show me then.
Deep dives.
You're preaching it and coming in here into my life, which I clearly don't know if you're actually over 18, as far as I'm concerned.
Click on my profile, you can see.
It doesn't matter. Anyone can put a picture up. So if you'd like to send me your proof of your age,
yeah, but that could be your mum.
Before you carry on talking,
click on my profile. You'll see.
That could be your mum.
I don't mean anything. Anyone can download any video anywhere. So it doesn't mean a thing.